As you can see, the car is in parking, but on the dashboard we have the message secure vehicle against rolling, because the ECU doesn't see the car is in parking, and the problem it's in the gear selector. Theoretically you need to replace the whole gear selector, but there is a solution. You can remove it and replace only there is a small spring inside. I'm gonna show you. Here is a part. I have two springs that breaks down with time, and because of that spring there is a small like switch that doesn't move back in place when you switch back to parking. So we have to remove a gear selector, but in order to remove a gear selector we have to remove the whole central console and cargo space and the armrest. So this is what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna show you how to do it. As you can see, if I turn on the ignition, the same transmission, secure vehicle against rolling. Let me show you one more time. So ignition is off, ignition is on. Stop careful and check tires. This is not for us, I already know. We need the next message. Brake, I know, we need to replace brakes. Check tire pressure, okay, I know. Transmission, secure vehicle with parking brake when stopped, consult service center. And this is because it doesn't see the parking. So first we're gonna pull out this cover. You just grab it with both hands and pull it out from the top and from the bottom. It has just clips and it will come right out. And after on the bottom you should disconnect the connector for the cigarette lighter. Back side is disconnected. I'm just gonna put it on the side. Now we're gonna have to remove two bolts from the bottom, the holding the armrest. So now we're gonna remove them. One here and one on another side. This is how the nut looks like, and you will need a 13mm socket. So now we're gonna remove the right one as well. So you have both nuts removed. As you can see, you can just raise it up and take it out. This is where is attached to two tabs and pull out. This looks like antenna or something. I'm just gonna drop it here for now. This T20 bolt under armrest right here. We have this bolt removed. I'm gonna put it here. Now we're gonna slowly move. Now I'm gonna use a flat screwdriver and pull out this cover. You can actually use like a plastic pry bar as well. So slowly we're gonna put. So this is how it looks. I'm gonna put it somewhere here. And under it we have three bolts we have to remove. 1, 2. Cover it's removed. You have to remove these three screws. 1, 2, and 3. So now you go on the passenger side. You remove. There's one 8mm nut right here under a glove box. There is a plastic cover. So you remove one 8mm. On another side there is a second 8mm. Here it's another 8mm bolt, nut actually. Once the nuts are removed, you can remove this cover. Just be careful, there is a light connected to it. It has two connectors, this one and this one, the one from the speaker and the one from the cigarette lighter. So we're gonna disconnect both connectors and take out. Once you have everything disconnected, you take it out, and after it's gonna be 120 bolt like this right here that is holding this plastic trim. Once you remove the bolt, you can pull out the cover. As you can see, our cover it's out, and the same on another side. One bolt like this, T20, and you can pull it out. Now we're gonna go on another side. As you can see, I already removed it. This is the bolt, and you just simply grab it and pull it out. Small plastic cover has two clips. As you pull it out slowly, be careful, don't scratch anything. And under it is gonna be two T20 screws like this. You take them out, and after you remove from under the armrest this rubber cover, once it's removed, you'll get access to, as you can see, there is one more bolt right there and one more bolt on the bottom. T20 screws. Now we're gonna remove those two as well. One of these screws is holding this USB panel, and you can pull it out. It has two clips from the top, and disconnect the wiring and take it out. Disconnected those two connectors from behind. We can pull out this USB panel, and now we have another bolt right here. We can remove it. So we have the bolt out. Looks like now we can pull out this one, I think. Yeah, as you can see, this panel, it's already coming out. Just disconnect the wiring under it, but it's going to this control unit. So now we're going to disconnect that wiring. So it was hard to pull this blue connector from this control unit, so I removed those three bolts, took it out completely from this panel, and was much more easier to take it out. As you can see, the connector is out, so now I can put... Actually, I'm gonna clean this first. I'm gonna do some cleaning as well, and after I'm gonna put it back. It has just 3 screws. Now I'm gonna remove this screw, and that screw. They're also all T20. So we have those 3 screws removed, here, here, and here. Now we can slowly pop up this cover. It's all in clips. This bolt was the only thing was holding it. So slowly we're gonna take it out and disconnect the wiring connector right there. Connectors. This one you'll have to press on this tab and pull it out, and the one in the front, the blue one, it has a tab from the side. You press it and pull out the connector. Now we need to figure out how to remove this knob in order to pull it out. For disconnecting the gear selector knob, I want to shift it in neutral, because it looks like in neutral is the easiest position that is going to allow us to pull out the central console. Looks like there is a clip, and the only way to remove it is to pull it hard up. But before pulling up, we're going to disconnect this piece of leather. It has some small clips, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna press them toward each other and pull it up at the same time. So we're gonna disconnect it from this plastic trim. Decided just to leave it there. I just disconnected the connector, and now I'm gonna pull it up and take it out together with this plastic trim. So let's pull it up. As you can see, this is exactly how it comes up. This is our knob removed. So we have the knob removed. We're gonna disconnect all the wiring. As you can see, this one goes on this side, one white clip right here. This two goes from another side. It goes around this clip like this. Here is one white clip, and pretty much that's it. I'm gonna take it all to the side like a snake, like this. After we pull it under like this, and after this white clip, this white clip. So now we have 2 more screws, one right there, one right there. To get access to them, we can, this is in clips, so we can roll it over like this, disconnect this connector, and remove those 2 screws. Wire behind is connected. You just straighten it like this and pull it up. It should come right up like this. So our storage compartment, it's out. Now we got access to these 2 screws. We're gonna take them out. The storage compartment is removed. We have to disconnect this clip, so pull out this antenna wire, and also we're gonna disconnect this antenna and pull it to the side as well. And after we can pull out the central console panel. That's it. Our console panel, it's free to come out. So we're gonna pull it out slowly, like this. Up, pull it up and down. Actually up and back, like this. I'm gonna try to do it with one hand. Yeah, as you can see, it's coming out. Just this wire up. Pretty much that's it. As you can see, you can remove it even with one hand. So our console panel, it's out and about, and this is what we have here right now. Now we need to remove a gear selector. Move these 2 nuts, take out this bracket, one bolt right here and one nut inside. Take out this one as well, and I'm gonna remove the air duct. 10mm bolt and nut, and there is a bracket holding the wiring, and after you can take it out. So the bracket is out. Now we have two nuts here, but they are bigger. Two 13mm nuts removed. We can take out this bracket as well, and as you can see, our air duct is free now. Probably we can remove it like this. Let's see. Looks like we'll need to raise it from here, so I'll need to remove this bracket as well, because it doesn't fit through to raise it up. We have 4 nuts removed. We can take out this metal aluminum actually bracket, and now we can take out this air duct. Just press it down from that side, raise it from here. This wire goes inside, this inside, and antenna goes outside. So now we can pull out the air duct, and we got access to the gear selector. Now we're gonna remove this wire that goes in the front, connected to the gear selector. There is a C-clip. We're gonna pull it out and take out the wire, and after we have one nut here, one nut here, one nut here, one nut here. We're gonna disconnect all the wirings and pull out the gear selector. You pull this tab to the side and pull it out. Here you press on this tab from the top and pull it out as well. Connectors are disconnected. C-clip, you can just insert a screwdriver and like this pull it out. I already loosened it, this way came so easy. It looks like this. I'm gonna put it on the side. One plastic clip here, one plastic clip on another side, and one plastic clip here holding the wire. 4 nuts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. As you can see, it's free, we can move it. I have one more clip that is holding the wire here. Here actually we have 2, white one for first one and black one for the thick one. And also we're gonna pull out this is just gonna wiggle it back and forth and pull it out. From behind there is a plastic pin that you need to press in. Let me show you from another side, but you will need to align it first. It fell down already. This one, it goes inside this hole and it's holding the wiring in place. Pull out this pin, you can completely remove the gear selector from there. So now I'm gonna take it inside, we're gonna disassembly and replace that spring. So once we have the gear selector removed, we're gonna remove all these T20 screws around and separate these two halves from each other. We have all 11 screws removed. You can separate these two halves from each other. Just be careful. Make sure nothing is gonna jump on the side or so you can lose them. I'm gonna need both my hands, I guess. As you can see, it's coming apart. Okay, so this is how it looks when you separate it in two halves. This plastic, I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna put it here for now. And as you can see, actually we can put we have a hole here that goes into that pin, so you just raise it up and slide it out of that pin. I'm gonna put it here for now, and now we have to get to our spring. So with a flat screwdriver you can easily pry up this solenoid, and after, be careful, we're gonna raise it up and pull out this plastic. Let me use both hands. And here is a connector. Connector can be disconnected from here, so be careful. I didn't disconnect it, it's still connected, so I'm just gonna pull it on the side like this. So this plastic cover is coming up with the pin up like this. I'm gonna put it on the side as well, and there is where is our spring, the one that is broken. We'll need to replace it. As you can see, it doesn't move, the spring is dead. So now we'll have to remove the spring inside right there. Actually the pin, you press it from here all the way in. Here it has a pin like an elastic tab that is pulling it out. So you press it all the way in, and after we have flat screwdriver, we're gonna put some pressure under and raise it up. I pressed it from under, and after with the flat screwdriver just gently prayed it up, and as you can see the spring is coming out. And this is our broken part right there. Just look at this. You see it's almost falling apart. Look at it. You see it just fell off the spring. So now we're gonna use and install a new spring here. This is how a new spring looks like. So we're gonna pull that one out and install this one now. Press this pin all the way in. Take out this wheel. Use this socket. You put it upside down, and you can use a T20 or something else that's gonna fit on this pin, and hit down until it goes slightly out, so you have enough space to remove the spring. As you can see, once you have the spring back, you can press the pin all the way back. So we have the spring connected, we have the pin back. Now we can install it back. It's in its place right there. BMW gear selector. This is the main problem why the car doesn't see parking, because with time this spring breaks and it doesn't switch this back to its initial position where parking is supposed to be. As you can see, it has a small metal plate and there is a sensor that sees when it's in parking, so it's moving all the way back down. But when the spring breaks, it just stays always in one position, doesn't move back down to parking. As you can see, the switch is back. Now just gonna press it down to secure it in place. This is after spring replacement. This switch is moving back already, and the car will be able to see the parking, so we'll have no more fault code related to the parking and the gear selector. This is how it's supposed to work. As you can see, we replaced the spring, and this is how the switch is moving now. So now the ECU will be able to see the parking and is not gonna tell us to secure the car against rolling with the parking brake. This